Welcome, everybody, to Midday Magazine for this Friday, December 20th, 2024. Have your host, James J. Malouf, here. And today we are going to be speaking with our friends from the Wisconsin Rapids Public Schools. We have Superintendent Ron Rasmussen in with us. Sir, looking good. How you doing?
Doing great, James. Good afternoon.
This is an audio medium, so I have to share with the audience. You are decked to the fullest. I am envious of that suit, man. I really am.
It looks good, doesn't it?
It does. It does. You pull it off. It looks great on you.
Right.
I could not pull that off. You look good in it, though. And you brought some friends in with you, Ron. We have with us today Melanie Kozlowski. Did I say that? I got it right, Melanie? Okay. Right. Melanie is an advisor with the program we're about to dive into, and Ava Lang, president of that program. Hi, Ava.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Thanks so much for being here, you two. The program that we're speaking about has an interesting history, and I want to get into that too. But first, what we're talking about is the Interact Club. And ladies, if you could tell us a little bit more about what this club is and how it developed.
So the club has been around for several years, and it's changed names over the years. It really started out of a student concern that we wanted to address bullying in schools. Mm-hmm. And from there, the students really took it and ran with it. They saw a need for connecting with one another, for reaching out to our new students, and also the issue of mental health. Mm-hmm. And so they come up with the ideas, and every year it's something a little different, and that's what keeps us coming back to it. Mm-hmm. Most recently, we shifted to the name Interact because our local Noon Rotary organization has adopted us. Mm-hmm. And so they help us with some of our projects, and we help them with some volunteering and go from there. So many mm-hmm. hands make light work.
Yeah. Melanie, how did you get involved with the program?
So
I noticed you're not a student.
Not a student. I am not. I am quite a bit older than the students.
We'll just leave it at that, though.
I'm wiser.
There you go.
We go.
Yeah.
I came aboard with a counselor who took over the program. Her name was Mary Schultz, and the group was expanding. So Mr. Rasmussen, principal at the time, came to me and said, would you please be willing to help? And so I'm like, sure. And from there, Mary took it on and ran with it. And then once I came on board, I was able to kind of tap some kids on the shoulders, too, that I had in class. And yeah, we just kept going from there.
Very cool. And thank you for being involved. Thank you for getting involved in this and doing something like this.
I love doing it.
What does it mean to have the Noon Rotary Club being a part of this and the work that they can do to assist or help with that?
So the Rotary Club, their mission is service above self. And that aligns with our mission as our club. Our kids put together a mission statement, and their goal is to make our school and our community a kinder, more supportive place. Mm-hmm. Rotary, if you look at what they do in our community and for our community, the programs that they support, we have kids who are doing service learning as well. Mm-hmm. So it provides direction for our students to see how they can continue to be involved in the community, but it's also some networking. They get to meet people who are doing great things for our community, and in return, they get to see that we have awesome kids at our school. Mm-hmm. And our students at Lincoln do a lot in this community, mm-hmm. and they're invested in it. So, yeah.
I want to talk with Ava about that in a moment here and a little more in depth of what the program is. But something that Ron and I touch on from time to time, and I've talked with a number of our Midday Magazine guests, how important it is to, whether it's the Rotary Club and the individuals there or you yourself, volunteers, any adults working with kids, adults setting a good example. Like it's old as time, but it truly matters. The example we set is so much to say of what they're going to might do, or in the ideas that they have and everything, and so much of seeing, well, if they're doing this, what can I do, and some of that. So it goes so much farther than I think we can put into words. And as all of us are young in spirit around here, we are obviously a little bit older too. And the older we get, I think the farther away we get from these things, and we, just the way time works and everything, we kind of forget how important, how much, and how big some of these things are when we're young. And Ava, that's where I want to come to you a little bit, because this program is so cool. It's such a, no pun intended. It is really cool. And I wish that I had something like this when I was in high school. My family is talked about mental health as long as I've been alive. It's been a very important issue in our family, but it wasn't always that way in society. What does it mean for you and kids, and not to make you speak for your whole generation or anything, but I mean for you yourself, as well as maybe your friends or other people you talk to, that we're talking about these things in a raised voice now. We're not hushed about it or anything. We talk about these things openly now. How important is that, do you think, going forward?
I think it's a really important thing to be able to talk about it, because lots of people struggle and have issues that they don't always have someone at home necessarily, because in the past mental health wasn't as important of a topic, but these issues are still a thing, and they need to be discussed. So I think what we do is very important, because it gives the community, and especially students at our school, the ability to reach out to any of us if they need help with anything, and it gives them resources that they can look to themselves if they.
When you're young, I think one of the things that I know I didn't realize was important to me until I got older, but support. How far support can go, and just the simplest of having somebody's back, and how much farther that can go, whether it's your peers or it's adults. And this program does a lot of that, it sounds like.
Yeah. Whether it be our members coming to Mrs. Kozlowski when we need it, or us trying to help and be there for the other students in our school, and then also the community around us. It is a very big part of what we do.
And not to say the program wouldn't be successful otherwise, but I would think that it has an added meaning to it that kids came up with this. That, adults, we mean well, but we don't always do well. And we could come up with a program like this and everything, and maybe it would be just as successful. But I imagine it means a little bit more to know that it's peers, it's other kids that really put this into work. It's a true grassroots kind of thing that happened here.
Yeah, and I think kids often get kind of a bad rap, they don't care about much, but the fact that it was the kids that came up with it and the kids that do a lot of the work, it shows that we really do care, even though it might not seem like we do all the time.
But how else are you going to come across as cool if you don't care, like you don't act like you don't care? It's part of what it is to be a teenager. We get that. No, but to pick on that point there a little bit. While we all want to do really good work, and we're all trying to, it really does take you guys to have each other's back, to come up with these things and to do that. But you don't always see it. I tip my hat to you guys, you and these classmates of yours and everything that really saw this and took the ball and ran with it, and really turned it into this really cool program that's around now. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to help kids, help your fellow students?
Well, one of my favorite things that we do is our so-called pick-me-up cards. So 3 times a year, we send out this Google form to everyone in the building, and they can send this little card with a message on it to anyone in the building, just to wish them a good day, tell them that they're there for them, thank them for something, to increase the kindness between everyone else in the school. Yeah. Can I get on that? Can I? No. That's great. That's a really cool idea. That's a very, very cool idea. And one of the things that strikes me about this, and I don't mean this, I mean this in a complimentary way, these aren't like revolutionary ideas. These aren't things like, oh my God, where'd you come up with that? Like whether it's the program itself or it's something like that, these are things that are important, but you guys saw that others didn't. And I think that's really cool, also noteworthy. When it comes to that other kind of work, are there other things, are there other programs that are part of this or anything to help students? Well, also 3 times a year, we make sure, because at the high school there are a lot of new students, especially coming from freshman year from other districts or not coming from the middle school. So, they haven't been able to have the connection with the rest of us that maybe came from the middle school.
Yeah.
So 3 times a year, we all meet together, our club, as many of us that can go, and we invite all of the new students to come, and we eat something nice, whether it's caramel apple sundaes or brownie sundaes, and we play games, and we get to know them, and we give them a little welcome bag with some goodies in it to hopefully help the new students feel welcome at our school.
That's fantastic. First off, a big compliment to everybody that works on that and puts those packages together and everything. But to take the time to do that too, I imagine that it's a little bit of well, I wish I had this, and is where some of these things are coming from. Is that where some of the ideas for these are coming from, or you wish you might have had them when you were just getting into school?
Yeah, I think I know that if I was in that situation, coming to a new school, I would be terrified, totally scared. So I think if I was in that situation, I definitely would appreciate something like this. Yeah.
All right, I had 10 different addresses before I was 10. I can relate to this so much, and to have a program like that, it goes so far for kids. Not a lot, for every kid that's good at it. Not every kid is necessarily good at making new friends. And trust me, that gets tougher as you get older too. But it's one of those things where you can, if you can give an opening, a window, an opportunity for that, you just don't know what can happen from those things. That's really cool. Other programs or other groups that you work with this program?
I would say the largest thing that they do is actually in May, is the program that has the greatest impact on our school and community, and they work with a lot of our students with their fine arts performances. So I'm going to want Ava or Ms. Kozlowski to highlight what they do in May, because it's a really awesome opportunity to involve many students more than just in the organization.
So in May of every year, our organization hosts our Rise to Remember event, which is a focus on mental health. And we do work with other organizations throughout the community to bring mental health resources into the school. And we have a resource fair, as we call it, where all of these mental health resources set up tables, and the students can come in and talk with the people from these organizations and see what they're about, see how they can help. And then we finish with a group of performances, typically focused around mental health, whether it be poetry or music.
Dances.
Poetry. Yes. We let students perform.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's a great program. That's awesome. And Ava, you were killing it. You were doing a great job on this. I can see why they brought you in. What does it mean for you to be president of this club?
Well, I originally became an officer of the club because one of my friends was president my sophomore year. So then I became vice president my junior year, and now that friend graduated, and so I took over as president. And it really means a lot to me because kindness has always been such an important part of who I am, and wanting to see others be happy and succeed really means a lot to me. So being able to work so close with Mrs. K and all the other students that run the club, it's really important to me to be able to spread kindness throughout the school.
Yeah, well said, well said. And you're doing a great job with it. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we go to Ron with a couple of questions? Is there anything else about the program we wanted to make sure we mentioned?
Just maybe we can come back and talk a little bit about Rise to Remember in
Please.
May, because we would love to get more community members coming in and seeing what a beautiful facility, number one, with the PAC. It's a free event, open to the public, and it just really is a one-shot deal of looking at all of the abilities that our students have. Instead of going to all different separate concerts, you really get a feel for what kids are thinking about and caring about and what they have to offer.
I probably should have told Melanie and Ava before they came in, Ron. We have a deal. If you guys do a good job, you have to come back. You got to come back. So now you guys have done too good of a job. You got to come back.
We will.
Especially with that event. I really want to make sure that the community knows about it, that we really hit on it really well. That's a great idea, Melanie. I'd love to have you guys back for that. I'm looking forward to it. If people would like to volunteer or they would like to be a part of this and help out in any way they can they do that? Can they reach out to you guys at all?
Yeah, so if you are part of an organization or a program in the community where you address topics of mental health and can offer some kind of support to our kids, we do have a mental health resource fair. We have to finalize the date on that, but we partnered with United Way, Focus, the Leo program, Family Center, Hmong American Center. We've had therapy dogs come in. Last year we had an equine therapy through Jeremiah's Crossing, so kids actually could visit with a therapy horse on their way out to the parking lot. It was quite a surprise to them. But if you have anything that you might be able to offer, we are always looking for ways to bring in community and connect our kids to community and vice versa.
And, I say this all the time, support, encouragement, costs nothing, can mean everything.
Yeah.
Ron, I don't believe that there's ever been a child that person has too much support. No, that's not a thing when it comes to our kids. And to see them supporting each other, the least we could do is support them, have their back. What did it see? Going back to even when this originated as the Cool program and everything, you're seeing this develop from the principal level and now to this level. What is the pride that must be? I don't know if you can put it into words because I can't. I can't imagine how you feel about it.
The program had just started before I became principal at Lincoln, and really excited to see it grow to what it's become today, and the importance of collaboration in the community. I'm a Rotarian in town as well, and to see the kind of a symbiotic relationship that the Cool to Be Kind Now Interact Club has with Rotarians, as was stated earlier, seeing what Rotarians do in the community, learning about what jobs Rotarians have and how that may lead to career exploration. We do focused neighborhood meals together, so that working relationship. But then just the growth in the community involvement, as Melanie stated, with all the groups that come in and assist. It's really cool for students to have that ability to really partner with our community and showcase our community. And the other part of it is it allows community members who don't normally have that insight into operations at Lincoln or a high school or to teenagers, and to dispel some of the negative that they see and the greatness that, as Ava exemplifies today, in leadership and assisting other students. Gives you goosebumps and just makes you're really appreciative as a leader in the district and the community to see that growth amongst our students and support of our students.
Yeah, I love the way this community steps up, and the kids are doing it just as much. We appreciate that. And I did want to wrap up with you guys. If people wanted to, maybe there's some parents out there listening that maybe they want their kids to learn more about the program or anything like that, is there a way to reach you guys? Is there a way to reach you, Melanie, to find out more about this or to be a part of things?
Yeah, if you have students at Lincoln who would like to get involved, have them listen to our announcements. We put announcements on for it. We also are on social media. The Interact Club is on Facebook and Instagram, so you can kind of see what kinds of things we do if you're interested. We put a lot of information out there because we are also a club that relies on fundraising completely. So we couldn't do these projects without applying for grants. Rotary has assisted us as well, which has been fantastic, because doing all these projects, we do like 2 or 3 a month. And we work to make opportunities for students who might not be able to be involved or build their volunteer hours because of transportation, or they're working, so they're providing for their families. So we sometimes send projects home with kids so that they can work on them too. Like we're working on some fleece tie blankets right now for some veterans.
Cool.
So yeah, if you would like to donate or anything, reach out to Mr. Rasmussen. Reach out to me at Lincoln. We completely appreciate any support we get, because it does take it takes time and it takes money to do it, but we love doing it.
And follow them on social media, everybody, and be sure to share their posts on your pages. You just might, other people might see it that wouldn't otherwise, so encourage you to do that. And Melanie, Ava, thank you very much for being in today. I really do appreciate the time. And just as much appreciate what you guys are doing in our community. Thank you for the great work. Appreciate it. Ron, as we're wrapping up, I did want to mention really quick, Pam and I noticed that our friends over at Lincoln High School were not able to have their holiday concert, but we got some really smart people over there that thought this through, that lived through a Wisconsin winter before.
Yeah, we knew that Thursday evening was going to be possibly dicey with the weather, what the weather service was telling us. So on Wednesday afternoon, we quickly got everyone together and rehearsed fourth period and performed the concert. That was to be Thursday night, fifth period. So that is available on the district YouTube channel. The link is also on the district social media on Instagram or Facebook. So Sounds of the Season, we do encourage you to hop on YouTube and watch our students perform. They do an excellent job, and we could not be prouder of them.
A shout out to everybody that made that happen. That's so cool. It's being in those concerts as a kid and everything. I know what it was like to build up and rehearse and everything, and then Mother Nature happens. It's a really cool idea to be able to do that, and maybe even going forward, that kind of thing in the back pocket. It's wonderful.
They're not in their dress black, but they're in their normal school attire that day. Yeah. But it's still the Sounds of the Season, so that's what we care about.
Well, and a mantra that we use in this community, and certainly here at WFHR a lot, buying local, supporting local. That includes things like this, supporting these things. We've been talking about it the whole half an hour here, encouragement, support, how much that means. And there's no child that couldn't have enough or more of it. So taking in these shows, even online, when you're doing that, you're showing that support, you're showing how much you back your community and that you want to support these kids.
Yeah, and students do pay attention. They look at how many views the YouTube thing. They're on YouTube more than I am. I can guarantee that. Yeah, and they look at that.
Ron, always appreciate the time. If people want to reach out to you, how can they do that?
Yep, you can contact me at central office and via email or phone. And I just want to wish everyone a happy holidays. And we look forward to having our students back in our buildings on January 2nd.
Yeah, we're looking forward to hanging out again next month, Ron. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year's to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us today, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. And would like to take the time to thank all of our guests this week so much for hanging out with us, giving some great conversation, great radio, and a special thank you to the heart of this station, Pam Hilke, the wonderful scheduling she does week in and week out. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you soon right here at 97.5 FM, 1320 AM, WFHR, locally grown radio.